Top of my ladies, my name is Chaz and welcome to the What If I Was in Seven, or not Seven Deadly Sins. What if I was in that time I got reincarnated as slime? This is a different version compared to what if I was this man. And so, yeah. So, my character is, and I'm just going to leave it in the comments below, or I'm letting you vote. So, but he has no name before her. So, he was the, like, this, like, this, and of course, him and when he was like that, he always hangs out with those people. And but one day, when he was coming back, he saw what the orc lord and orc disaster, or the ogres, or whatever those are called, killed his people. And so the greediest king, him, heard about there's a strongest creature is like stronger than Rimuru is. So he says, let's make him. Of course, he ends up getting captured by his men, and then plus he was out of there, and he was visiting his girlfriend. I'll just say his girlfriend's name that you see it on screen. Demon Lord Malene Naga is his girlfriend. So yeah, it's in this what if. So Hitman always visits with her and to see how she's doing. And he helps her get through trauma real fast. So, yeah. So now, and a couple times that or before we go on, his special powers are actually, he was already had a seed. See, his thing was the same type, so yeah. But when he got back and saw like his friends, his allies got killed, he ran away. As then he became so mad that even someone needed to calm him down. Of course, the king's men took him to the king and says, "You want revenge, don't you?" Well, what if I told you that you're the only survivor left of that great, powerful As, yeah, he was greedy. He even, because or like one of them, um, um, or one of the men says, how about Chadman? And, good, that's a good name for you. Chadman. Okay? As his body evolved from being hit this, he was a different kind of Keijin. He has a lot of power than anyone. So, yeah. He is like a firecracker. And they also brainwashed him so that, of course, when she came in, and of course, Chenman obeys every rule. Heck, he's like a general. The bossing him around, her and him. Sorry. So, when she doesn't see him as a big boss guy, but they have seen him take down entire countries with just his magical power. As he was not him, because he's the last strongest one. Kenman was strongest. He took out like the entire kingdom with just how angry he gets when he thinks about those pathetic pigs things. Yeah. So one day, he told them that a slime creature is recruited those pigs. Or he told Chenman. As when he was just like doing something, like eating, when he heard that, he immediately like dropped his fork, not on the ground, on the table, as his eyes turned red as his eyes turned into like what this guy's, as, yeah. When he heard that, and on one side, that was only on his side. So now moving on to Demon Lord Moline. She was visiting Rimuru, as when she was leaving, she says, if you see my boyfriend, tell him to come and visit with me. It's been so long. Or actually, someone told her that some random army actually knew about some orc lord that destroyed. She was mad. She couldn't believe that someone, of course, she knew who it was. It was Clayman that did that. So, yeah. Clayman, you need to get hit in the head instead of hitting her in the head. So, yeah. He is mad. Or she was mad. So, she couldn't believe that someone actually because he was so kind heart that even the Beast King's men's even like he tells them that it's just the visiting, hey? And he always smiles at them. Some of them are like blushing because of that. So yeah. Then of course when Demon Lord heard that the kingdom or someone's kingdom got destroyed by the most powerfulest blast, they looked at her and says, "Do you have anyone?" Well, I think I know who it is. As yeah, she actually went to where the old village was at with Soy, and she saw a bunch of like corpses or like destroyed buildings and all that stuff. As she was brokenhearted. She lost her friend. She lost her boyfriend too. Yeah. But turns out he's still alive. As he was mad yeah. So days go on. And it doesn't bother Rimuru, whose timeline thing. So Rimuru told Demon Lord Maline says, "I will." And he says, or Rimuru says, and what is his name? His name, or he, hey, you'll see him as, yeah. Then when Rimuru left, no, and like, when he comes back, or when he was coming back, there was him, and her, and my character was like, remember guys, keep them, it's only for distraction. And as she says, yeah, we know. As she was hugging his arm, my character's arm. And she knows that how powerful Shinman gets. But he was pretty weak. Or not weak, but making him seem pretty weak. So, yeah. That's why it impressed her. So, ready? as they released a bunch of like that spell thing, like double barrel. Or, sorry, I have to burp real quick. Sorry, the double barrier hers as Simmons is unaffected by it. As he says, as he looks at her. As, yeah. As he tells both him and her, or tells him and him, or actually him and him, to deal with the others. Then I'll deal with these two. As it was between the pink hair and purple hair, as they're like, you seem pretty brave. My name is Chazman. I will be the destroyer. As then he had this weird sense, and that, and of, because his body, or he could sense that inside of them there's his people, as his eyes widen, as, no, that won't be true. As, yeah, he is trying to remember his friends, and as, yeah. So, the ones who killed as he says, forgive me, or actually he was not enjoying it, as he sees her, the pink-haired girl, as then he realizes who she is, as that he says, "Princess, is that you?" As it's coming back to me, as he remembers her, but she doesn't remember him. But then, as he says, better eat, or as he tells the purple-haired girl, just take the princess and go back to, as his memories are like, he had like twine memory of like his past life being with Demon Lord Maline, and his human life, or his human life with her. So yeah, he is trying to, as he's literally freaking out, as he is trying not to kill, as, what's wrong, Chance? He stirred something up in your memories, I see. They're just illusions. They're just pretending to be your friends. As he Shinmin, or they see him banging his head as he's trying to think. As yeah, those dang orcs don't know who you are anymore. Or Shinmin, as he's banging his head harder, like, why can't I remember them? As yeah. Heck, when he saw the old man, he is trying to remember who he was. He itches the back of his head because of that. So yeah, as the only person that really tries to remember is himself, as he's like, why can't I remember anyone? As he's trying not to destroy, as he runs back, as he didn't kill those two, as yeah, as he, who were he had his arms crossed away from everybody, as he is trying to remember who he was before. As then it dawns on him, duh. Or he looks at his old self in the mirror as he says, wait, I remember now. I am the orc. Not, or like one of these guys. As he was part of them. As yeah, he is trying to, as he like, as I will show no mercy. Of course, the knight saw him, and he gets up as he sees his face, as he remembers, as yeah, him or in his body, as he remembers his friend, as Shinmin went from this, and he grew back his horns, but more demonic. He has the same look as what he has, as he says, huh. Oh, I can't believe the rest of you are still alive. As yeah, he or actually the knights, or he slaughtered all the knights except for Cinnamon. He says, huh, I don't remember you. It has been a long time. And Red. That's you used to be. Remember the name Red? Yeah. As he only heard that name come from Shenman, or from the Brown, as I don't, as he says, why are you using Brown's code name? As, oh, did you already forget about... As my character was laughing at him, he says, it has been a long time, so let me fill you in. But first, as he moves fast, as he destroys a crystal, as he says, as it's good to see you again. Or actually, scratch that out. But when he met him, as he, of course, before, like when he was just doing something, as he was checking on her, and when she was sleeping, she took him into his arms, or into her arms, and just did that stuff. As, yeah. He was quite a ladies' man. And so, yeah. As then the old man, of course, then one of the knights woke Chen Man up as he says, I'll be back, sweetie. Attacked her as he looks at a knight and don't let those two bombardments and or anyone in. Okay? Okay, sir. As, yeah, he said, ready? Both of them said that at the exact same time to him. Ready. As he comes down and he sees the old man as, looks like the old geezer's back in action. As he whacks, that was my, or, as I'm more, or, you know that used to be Brown's master, right? Or sensei, as he notices that the name Brown, because he trained my character when he used to be called Brown, because he had the same look as that, but more as he tells, as he looks at the orc disaster here into this. So Shinman looked at him as he says, looks like the orc lord has some new armor. That's good. As he does that stomping, boom, 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 as, or should I say orc disaster, should I call you, as the hymn says, as he remembers the And yeah, he let's handle this. As he remembers, as he grabs his shield, rips it off of him, as he says, "You're only trying to delay me. Now die for all those people that you killed." Boom. As he's like hitting them, as then the old man, or as he says, "Why are you like this?" Or no, he says this: "Do you have a grudge against me?" As he says, or as my character says, "Yeah, the only because those people back then, the orange, you filthy pigs are couldn't or sorry, couldn't even wearing that armor. And I saw you devour my friends, my family. So, as the orc lord, or like orc king, remembers that it was as he caught the fist, as he says, "That was in the past, and I'm sorry for that, for your loss." As yeah, he is like trying to, as he always been, as he starts tearing up, as he stops the fighting thing, as he says, "I don't remember anyone. I don't remember even since after seeing the princess's face brought back memories." As he says, "You're okay. It's," as yeah, he says, "I'm the last survivor of that." As he can tell that he is the one of these guys because of his aura, as he says, "You're not. I don't know who puts that thoughts in your head." But the just as he, of course, says, "Snap out of it. He's trying to psych you out, brainwashing you." As Ganta is like trying to, like, yeah, or actually the old man did the same thing in canon to him. Then when he came back, and as he turns turns around as he sees, as of course he says, "You're not the only survivor of that attack from us." As he looks straight up at the at that old man, as that white man could sense it's one of his kinds. As then with the brown hair, as then he remembers who Chadman was. "Brown, is that you?" As he says, or that, as he starts tearing up more and more, as he ends up like trying to, because he remembers who Chadman was. It's his top student. As he says, "Well, it's..." As he says, "How touching, a family reunion. Not for long." As he comes in against the Orc Lord thing, but Chadman stepped in away. As he catches the fist, gives him a his own punch. As he says, my. As he pulls out his blade, as he used his full blade, and Chenman was as his name. As he killed him by just tearing his insides out. So that's gross stuff. And Chenman and decided to take his anger out, as he literally ate his body. As he looks at them and "Sorry, I'm hungry." As the gray, I forget his name, so I'm just keep calling him Gray, or the Orc Lord. So he says, yeah. He also gained all those skills, so as he's trying to remember all that, what happened to him, as he killed him, and when she came out, what's all this ruckus? And during that, before, when they were spending quality, I'm making quotes, quality time together in bed, she actually had a child that looks just like her, but with brown hair and like brown outfit, just like her mother, and has gray eyes. So yeah, his plus that was just weird. So she was just a toddler, as he of course, that girl says, or of course he told him that I know it's, as he does that, like he knows that of course, he knows that that she stole him to make a child thing. So yeah, but Demon Lord Maline hasn't noticed that someone stole him from her. Yeah, so as he looks at her, as he says, as he's breathing out and then in. Alright. As she says, alright, what? As he sent her to the happy dimension, as she has the clone of him as her husband thing. As, yeah. But her kid, or her child, was in with him. Not inside of him, with him. Just to clear that up for you. So, yeah. So, he says, alright. It has been a long time since I've seen you, Master. As he says, yeah, it has been a long time since I've seen you. As the old man, or I forget his name, the one that looks like or actually was possessed his body. Spoilers. So he ends up saying, sorry to interrupt this family reunion, but me and Chenman will go to as because Chenman absorbed spatial attribute, the berserker attribute, and her attribute by basically sending her to a different dimension. So yeah, she's like basically in his pocket universe. As yeah, he has two separate ones. One that he is, because he has this multiple personalities thing. As yeah, so he tells that gray guy to like, I'm done working with you. now that I know the truth about my people are still alive. I'm so happy that they are still alive. He is getting more madder as he says, Chaos Eater, as the orc lord says, wait, that's the sacred move from. As then he realized that, so Berserker, boom, as he's dodging like his attacks, uppercutting him and like doing all that, as they got teleported. So as he had a special skill in his soul that every time it like dies out, it comes back. So he used into as he remembers as he like caused some chaos thing as of course Rimuru sees him as he says, already filled one requirement. As, of course, he comes out. Of course, Rimuru is startled because he never encountered someone with so much power and magicules and everything. As he says, Rimuru Tempest, right? As, one and truly, but her Shinman, as he says, but hey, if you want to take him out, be my guest. You need like 1,000 souls, or like 10,000 souls, right? Yes. As he sets up a barrier and like 3-layered barrier so that no one can escape. And where he puts up the third barrier, everybody that was surrounding them came into a pile of like dead bodies, kind of. As he says, "Bon appetit." You seem like, of course, Rimuru says you're pretty much a good guy. Yeah, but I already have a name, so named Chasman. My old name, or my code name, was Brown because of my hair color. So what was the final one? Well, to gain a seed from a demon lord. But that's okay. As he used his power to conjure up the most evilest demon lord thing and he devoured it. As his body became so like powerful that even he allowed it to happen, as he says, my name is Demon Lord Transman. As, yeah. Demon Lord Transman is too powerful for even any Demon Lord to conjure up. Yeah. So, of course, Rimuru says, well, Cinnamon or Demon Lord Chaz, and I want you to visit Melinaga. She misses you so much. And she doesn't even know that you're still alive. As he says, did she think that I was dead? As he grew wings and flew all the way to where Demon Lord Clayman was at, to say hi to him. When he got to there, as he noticed about him, or about hey Clayman, because Clayman knew, he actually remembers who Chadman was. Brown, it's good to see you, old friend. Looks like you have been transformed into a Demon Lord. Yeah, but have you checked on my little princess? Or my queen? As Demon Lord Clayman remembers that Melinaga is Chen and girlfriend. So he says, well, she is killing, or she is sent to the Beast Kingdom to kill the Beast King. Wait, what? As he slams his hands against his desk, as he says, what do you mean? As when sometimes Demon Lord Clayman says, your attitude is pretty much basically like the one before. You've always been so raged when someone mentions her. As he says, as he looks at him with such tense dead eyes, he says, are you the one that sent her to it? Or sent her to kill my other friend? And as he was mad, he was like a volcano that already erupted. As he grabs Clayman, he literally grabbed Clayman and threw him like a ragdoll around the entire, of course Clayman says, yeah, I did, so what? As he's literally holding him up in the air, as he squeezing his neck. He says, you're powerless against someone with as foot, or I think the two clowns came to try to assist Kleiman, as he literally took care of them by slicing both of them off, as he was the strongest one there is. Yeah, Chanman is. I know that Kleiman gets eaten by, or actually, spoilers. He gets eaten by Rimuru, but in this what if, Chanman and ate his heart. Basically ate like him fully, as he says, alright. And the other demon lord, like her and her boyfriend, or no, her husband, I think, was, yeah, both of them, or all the demon lords, could sense that one of them has died, as he wipes the blood off of his hands, as he says, now I just need to, as the demon lord of the sky fortress, I think, came in, and he says, it has been a long time since seeing you around. Of course, that's what she says. As he says, I'm a little ticked off right now. Okay? So, tell Demon Lord Malene that I'm back. She wants to see me when she gets a chance. Okay? As, yeah, he is now the most powerfulest demon lord in the entire world. Like, passing every other demon lord. So, yeah, he is ticked off at whoever it is. So he visits Rimuru Tempest Foundation thing, as Hinman visits with him, as he walks over and sees, not her, sees them, but are actually him, as he says, welcome back, old friend. Yeah, it's good to be back. Okay. As he says, well then, I heard that you're now the most powerfulest demon lord in the entire world. Yeah, but I'm glad that all 6 of you are safe. As they remember, or he remembers what happened. As, yeah, Demon Lord Hinman is like, as he tells both of them that that he's sorry, and when I saw you in Heron, I remember it was the entire time, as she remembers him well. He always been so kind-hearted, always helping and moving buildings around, as he always sword plays with her brother. So yeah, all of them got rejoiced as he turns and he sees, or he walks in and sees Rimuru as, I see my 6 friends of mine I'm glad that, as he's just didn't even recognize them standing very close, as he says, as the cat lady, or that tiger lady, looks at him and sees it's her friend that likes to train with her. As, of course, that serpent girl, that snake girl. So, yeah. But they know him, but he doesn't recognize them. As one of them decides to trying to get his attention, as he's talking to Rimuru, as Rimuru is like, well, as he told him about claiming he killed Clayman, or someone killed Clayman, as he washed his hands clean. So, yeah. But then he heard what, as Chapman, or they were listening to Chapman's conversation, as the one who actually killed him actually do know that he's dead, was actually, as he tells them, it was me. As the guy that it was born as a looks like him with brown hair, turns into a human version of himself, and then he became a flippin' demon lord, that he's the strongest one. So, he is 100 times more powerful than Demon Lord Malign. Even he passes everyone. So, Rimuru is like, okay, why did you kill Clayman? As he says, well, Clayman sent my queen in to kill the Beastman's king, or kill the Demon Lord Beastman. And as they heard that, yeah, he was mad at how and he had this cute side of like, he as Demon Lord Malign was far away, so as sorry, I thought I saw a mouse for a minute. So the Shinman, or of course Rimuru, is like, okay, if Demon Lord Malign hears that Shinman killed Clayman, she will have a hissy fit. Because in this what if, he still can't get over how she lost her friend, and because she was brokenhearted because of the kingdom. Yeah, so then now I'm just turning it into a movie. Okay, so when the when the Demon Lord Sky, whatever her name is, I forget the one, took off the necklace, so she was no longer got control of or by Clayman. And so she tells her that Clayman is still alive, as she's literally is like that. So, and in my original what if thing, my character, of course, she ends up, you know what she ends up doing? Or after she heard that Clayman, her husband, or no, her boyfriend is alive, and ends up killed the Clayman, you know what she did? She literally flew all the way over, as she straight up tackles him in midair, as she, of course, the Sky Girl tells her that your Chadman has evolved from being, of course, she thought that he was too careful or too kind to everybody. But when he became a demon lord, or at first, before, she was like, nah, he's too lame. And after all, ogres and orcs are two lame people. But then when at first. But then when he became a demon lord, he became that. As and killed Clayman for woman that for her. Of course, at first she was like, because some reason Clayman and or like Clayman told her or like mind controlled her to not fall in love with him and like doing all that stuff. So yeah, that's also a reason why he killed Clayman. And so for that, so he's like, you jerk, bam. And yeah, and then of course when she still knew him, but some day or the like sorry, my brain's going away. Sorry about that. I had to grab those two pictures. So her and or actually it was like her. She ends up attacking the like city as Chenmin is like, now you really, or those humans are really starting to tick me off. As yeah, the Beastman didn't know his, or when Brown became Chenmin, he evolved his body. And then when he became a demon lord, he became an actual demon lord that has enough power to destroy things. As he used his magic to evolve his body one last time into that. As, yeah, when he did that, all hex broke loose. Because she wasn't alone. She was with the entire army of highly trained ones. As, yeah, she heard about him and her comrade became a demon lord. As, yeah, she had to fight her own friend. As he says, you have no way to beat me. As he says her name, and yeah, when he said her name, she remembers. Of course, she remembers that back then. She says, "Come on, let's go. Let's go train harder." As yeah, he was like, okay. As he remembers, of course, she remembers him always like, him. Try not to kill me with that sword, okay? As she says, oh, I won't. I'm not even going to use it. Using these wooden ones. As, yeah, she and him always got so competitive. As, yeah, they were best friends. As Hinman says, you're the... It feels like it's been a couple years since... But I know that during the human army, I'm the... As he literally... Of course, Rimuru told him, be careful of that sword. As he grabs the blade with 2 fingers, boom! He hits her, sending her flying. As she says, that's hilarious. Of course, she told him back then, and was, that sword would never pierce through you, not even. Plus, your soul can self-revival. As she ends up, he even, like, with the blade things, try to stab him, he catches it and breaks the blades off. As he's, like, does, like, that punch, boom! As, yeah. He's basically lost his humanity, or his, like, because of becoming a human, and it was painful for him. So, yeah. Plus, when he was just, like, young, he was just, like, half of everyone's size. Like, just... when he was just a kid, he was, like, younger and, like, he's older than her, but they both grew up together. And so, when he activated his full power, every demon lord that was around the entire world could sense how powerful Shenman gets. As he says, you're so... without your dead and rainbow sword is out of the picture. As he's slowly losing his... As, of course, Rimuru, who says, or a great sage says, what's going on? Rimuru says it. As, notice, his body's changed into the ultimate or super ultimate demon lord Chazman. That's super ultimate demon lord Chazman is the most powerfulest person in the, like, he's a OP. Like, he could go and, like, slay thousands and thousands of civilians or planets with just his hand. By done. Yeah, so he is basically One Punch Man. till part 2.